Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boscheman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the numerology and the energy for the collective for November 2022. And then we're going to break it down for each life path number. We're also going to take a look at the illuminations, the full moon, the new moon that's occurring throughout November, including the major eclipse that we have at the beginning of the month. We're going to break that down for your individual life path number as we move through the reading. Before we get into it, this, of course, is a general reading. If you would like a personal reading, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. I will be getting out the 2023 year ahead forecast for each life path number sometime in November. But this is a great time it's a good time anytime, but it's a great time at the end of the year as we're gearing up to start a new cycle, a new year, to get your own personal year ahead forecast. If that's something that you're interested in, that will dial it down into your own personal numerology chart and the cycles that you'll be moving throughout 2023. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can book some time with me on my website and we can take a look. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So November is a 17-8 universal cycle. So for some people, you may see things come to fruition or rewards come in for things that you may have began back in December 2022 or December 2021 or January 2022. So if there's some things that, if you can kind of look back to that time frame and see if there was anything significant that transpired in your life, whether it was some kind of closure, whether it was some kind of new beginning, it's a new inspiration, whatever, and it could be something that you've been sort of working on throughout the year, you may see things or new insights come to fruition at this time that tie back to that period. For some, you may see things surface for you around those same similar themes that came up for you back then that either can be repaired at this time and built upon, or because we also have some very strong eclipses in November, or a strong eclipse in November, right? So things that resurface now may need to be dealt with and closed out more permanently. So I kind of see this as it's possible that someone or something may resurface that's sort of tied back to December 2021 or January 2022, that now you're able to get some solid closure on and sort of move forward from holistically. So emotionally, physically, whatever. That's very, very possible. And you may see that come in very, very strongly around this eclipse that's happening November 8th. Okay, so the energy of the 17-8 is going to really ask us to be very truthful, both with ourselves and with others at this time. So where are we maybe self-sabotaging ourselves or overindulging ourselves? Where can we move closer to our true alignment that's not based on fear or desire? So neither of those extremes, but rather integrity, confidence, and our inner inner knowing. So where have we sort of avoided having the difficult conversations with others because we didn't want to maybe rock the boat, even though by not doing so, we were creating unnecessary inner turmoil, right? So it's like we wanted to save or spare the feelings, the emotions of that other person, but in doing so, it created a storm within us. And so this energy is going to ask us to be very honest with ourselves about where in life we show up in that way and where we need to potentially respond or take action in a different way in order to get different results. Because the truth will always rise to the surface, right? One way or another. So, and it can be incredibly uncomfortable when it does that, because we know what the truth is, we know what our truth is, but a lot of times we'll suppress that again to accommodate or to be in service to other people, right? To not rock the boat. This energy can feel very raw. It can feel very much like sort of digging at a wound that is trying to heal, but can't heal because we keep digging at it, right? And so it's that kind of energy where it's like the truth is going to come to the surface, and it's going to keep coming to the surface until sort of we deal with it, we clean it up, and we allow it to heal in an appropriate way, and then we move forward in a way that's more truthful for ourselves, right? So again, this can feel like very raw. This can feel very like sensitive energy, very emotional energy. But it's ultimately working to get us to our own truth, right? Our own autonomy, and to be able to show up in that way, even if others don't understand, even if others find offense to it, or, are turned off by it because they're not getting what they want out of the situation any longer. We have to get to a point to be, to be most in alignment with our own energies and our own journey. We have to sort of follow our own truth, right? And that truth is never going to physically harm someone or intentionally harm someone, because it has nothing to do with anybody else. It's about ourselves, right? So this energy is kind of getting to that core, getting to the truth of the matter. And I would also say that with this energy, if there's anything that's sort of been hidden behind the scenes, done in secret, that has a potential to come to the surface now as well. So if you have been doing something behind someone's back, or again, in secrecy, and there's not a lot of integrity behind it, maybe, right? Like, this isn't a moral judgment, you do you, but just know that this energy will sort of bring out the truth of a situation, so that it can be dealt with, right? Because if, let's just say, for example, you're having an affair, it's not that there's anything necessarily wrong with the action, like you doing what you want to do with that other person. The harm is in doing it behind another person's back type thing without full disclosure, right? So it's like, you know what I'm trying to get at. It's like, you can be with whoever you want to be with, but if that process is harming another intentionally, right, or you're aware of it, chances are that's going to come to the surface, so that what's best for the highest good of all can come to the surface and be dealt with. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this energy is not about moral judgment. It's just about bringing things to light, bringing things out in the open, so that all parties can move forward in a way that's most healthy for all involved. So again, 17.8, the truth is always going to rise to the surface one way or another. And this energy simply asks us to be the one to bring it up and to honor it with ourselves and with our interactions with others. So this energy can bring up a lot of self-doubt as well. Irrational fears and superficial irritants can come to the surface now to help us to sort of delve much deeper into the true I am within. So throughout November, before we get into Sagittarius season, we're in the sort of depths of Scorpio season. And so this is all very much Scorpionic energy, right? Or I would say in numerology, it could be seen as like 13.4 energy, where things are like really being, there's a deep dive, things are coming to the surface to be worked through, the truth is coming to light. There's a lot of emotional, deep psyche excavations, right? And so again, it can feel raw, it can feel highly sensitive, it can feel emotional as we move through it. And as we, again, delve much deeper into the truth of who we are, at the true I am from within. So this energy helps to sort of lift the veil of illusion and clear the cobwebs so that we're able to see much more clearly what is or what feels true for us, and what sort of is more made up stories by the ego to protect us from something that we don't need protection from, but rather we're meant to explore. The ego is a really good trickster in that it will sort of create stories in the sort of guise of protection, but in reality, it's putting up a wall because we don't want to feel what we're meant to feel and explore what we're meant to explore in those inner depths. So the energy of the 17-8 can bring about more sort of mental vitality and sort of open a channel to the unconscious to help us to solve problems that we've been working through. And more than likely, those solutions will sort of call us to move outside of our perceived comfort zone, further into unknown territory. And it's through that exploration that we will, of course, then become more familiar with that new landscape, right, of ourselves. So this is very scorpionic energy. Like this is very 13-4 energy. This is very much about going into the inner psyche, going deep, getting to the truth of the matter, our own truth of the matter, as well as, like I talked about earlier, truths coming to the surface that may have been hidden from others, right? Like, or that we're trying to hide from others, or that others were trying to hide from us. Those coming to light, whether we want them to or not, to be dealt with, so that everybody in this situation can move into a higher frequency. If they choose to. With this energy, we can be asked to take risks now that we wouldn't normally consider doing. So this is like sort of that giving us the confidence and the courage to do those things we wanted to do, but couldn't find our why, or couldn't find, again, sort of the extra oomph to talk ourselves into it, to be able to do it, right? So again, maybe the ego was coming in with stories about why we're not worthy, why we're not good enough, why we're not ready yet, that sort of thing. That's a good one that the ego likes to use, is you're not ready for this yet. Who do you think you are, type thing. And so then we refrain from stepping into whatever it is we're being asked to step into because we feel like we're not ready for it. When in actuality, typically when the opportunity comes in, it's because you are ready, right? We are ready. So this energy could also bring new people and relationships to our doorstep. Many of these people have something to offer our experience, which I would say is pretty accurate with everybody that, enters into our awareness or into our experience. These people, though, specifically can offer some form of assistance, potentially, or a missing puzzle piece that we've been searching for. So be open to the people who feel significant this month that you cross paths with. And again, this could be somebody from the past that cross paths, or that we see in a different light, or there's a new aha moment around this person, whatever. And also I go back to what I talked about earlier, which is it's also possible that someone from the past resurfaces, especially someone from, again, maybe that time frame of December 2021 to January 2022, that resurfaces, that is really surfacing now for final closure. That's very, very possible. But there's also the possibility that through that closure, or if you don't have anything to close out, that someone new or some new people come in now who can really assist you or assist us, I'm in this equation as well, in a really big way. And again, it's sort of like that missing puzzle piece, the aha moment that this person can bring, or these people can bring, that we've been sort of searching for. So be open to the people who feel significant. Be open to asking for assistance, whatever assistance you feel like you need at this time, right? If you've been hitting a roadblock, if you're struggling with something, this is going to be a beautiful month to ask for that assistance that you need, and then be open to receiving it. Also, you yourself may be unexpectedly asked for assistance by someone, right? So someone might come to you in need of something, or you hold the key for something, or you hold the missing puzzle piece for someone. And so if somebody comes to you for that assistance and you feel holistically capable of giving them that assistance, right? Body, mind, spirit, whatever, then this is a beautiful energy to do so. And a great opportunity for positive exchange of energy through that action. So the help that you give and or receive under this energy can sort of spark the feeling of hope within self and within others. So this can be just a truly incredible, beautiful energy, and you can be a big part of that. You can be a key player in that. So you are the star of the show under this 17-8 energy. So you get to decide how you want to use the warmth of that spotlight. All right, well, let's get into each individual life path number now for November. Life path 33-6. So I pulled an animal spirit message for you all for November, and you got zebra energy. With zebra energy coming through, there's something here about distinctiveness, uniqueness, self-acceptance. So when you think about the zebra, they just look different. They have their stripes. They just look different, right? They stand out. But what's interesting is with the zebra, with their stripes, for their predators, they actually blend in, right? It's like their stripes create like this optical illusion, right? So there's a method to it's for them looking different type thing. So it's actually like it works to their advantage. And so what I would say is, if there's something on your, in your life right now, or, with your physical appearance, or your creativity, or whatever, that is unique, is different, is misunderstood, is, just distinct in some way. You're really meant to play upon that. You're really meant to honor that and find self-acceptance around that, and understand that it serves a purpose, and it serves a beautiful purpose, right? And so I'm not going to go too much into like self-acceptance and self-love and all of that, because, there's so much out there about that. But there's definitely something coming through with zebra, that if there is something that really truly makes you unique, or makes your business unique, or, your relationship unique, or whatever, you're really meant to honor that this month, especially, and not shy away from it, not try to change it, not try to conform, not try to make it fit in. It's not meant to fit in, right? It serves a purpose, just like the zebra's stripes serve a purpose in sort of protecting that animal, right? The uniqueness of the relationship, of your physical appearance, of your business, of your gifts, whatever, are meant to serve a very unique and distinct purpose. And so when we try to minimize that, we take away from the gift of it, right? And so with zebra coming through, you're just meant to honor whatever that is, and to just really step into it even more, and acknowledge it and highlight it, and not be ashamed of it, right? Okay, so looking at the month ahead for you all 33s, you all are working with, in November, 5 energy. So with this is, of course, when it comes in as a cycle, this is change, transformation, rebirth, expansiveness, feeling like something needs to change or shift so that you can feel less restricted and more free. Again, it can be about like your self-expression. It can be in your relationships. If there's a relationship that you've started to sort of lose yourself in, or become overly dependent on, like a codependency, this 5 energy in November can kind of help to shift that, to bring up into your awareness that feeling of like uneasiness, or like feeling restricted or confined or whatever. And that can also be like in a career, in your job, in your creative self-expression. It could just be across the board. It's a general reading. But there's something coming in here for you all around something needing to change, something needing to shift, or again, you finding your own independence within something. So again, whether it's like your profession or your relationship or whatever, the 5 energy is going to bring that into your awareness, to be like, okay, we need to make some changes here so that we can fully step into our own glory and not hide behind the glory of somebody else type thing, or something else. Now the eclipse energy, so we have the full moon lunar eclipse that's happening on November 8th. For you all, this is going to be something around It can be around home. It can be around the physical body. It's for energy. So there can be something around structure or structures or again, like the home environment, but like the physical home. So it may be that this eclipse is bringing into your awareness something needs to change with the physical structure of your home. And now that can also be your physical body. So if it has to do with the physical home, as in like, the structure, maybe you're buying or selling a home, maybe you're remodeling, maybe you're relocating, maybe you have to fix something that's not working, some plumbing or something, right? Or if it's your physical body, again, holistically speaking, it can be maybe you need to do more self-care to get more spiritually aligned. Maybe you need to reach out and seek the assistance of like a therapist or a psychologist to help with the more mental side of things. Maybe you want to start a new physical health regimen, right? Whatever works for you. But that can come into focus now for the next like 6 months to a year, even with this eclipse energy and you working with the 4. This can be like you acquiring some kind of real estate or whatever. Or this can just simply be, or I say simply, this can be you taking a closer look at your foundations and working with that to try to make them stronger, to build something much more withstanding, right? That can withstand the test of time type thing. So a lot can come in here around, again, like the home environment, the physical structure, foundations, relationship foundations, and the physical body holistically. So pay attention to what comes up for that. Usually when it's eclipse energy, we already have some indication of what this is. And the next 6 months to a year will really like continue. That storyline will continue to unfold. So just be prepared for that. Now, the new moon that's happening on November 23rd, this is bringing with it 1 energy for you all. So with this again comes back to like zebra energy and stepping into your uniqueness, stepping into your identity. Like maybe something is changing with your identity. Maybe the way that you show up, that you express yourself, that you use your voice, that you whatever. There's something here around identity that is, and like self-expression, that's being highlighted with this new moon. And so new moon is initiations. It's clarity around something. It's expressing yourself in a unique way. 1 energy is very unique. It's coming back to, again, that I am energy. And so collectively, if when you listen to the intro, we talked about, things coming to the surface around self-doubt, irrational fears, superficial irritants that will help us to delve much deeper into the true I am within. And so for you all around this new moon, working with 1 energy, there's something here about you getting to the truth of the matter, but the truth of self, right? And then honoring whatever that is. And so again, with zebra energy coming through, there's something here about you honoring your own uniqueness, your own contribution, your own unique contribution. And having that self-acceptance and finding that confidence and overcoming any self-doubt around whatever that is. Because a lot of times, I would say most times, when we do honor and step into the truth of who we are, it is unique. It is going to be different from everybody else. And so a lot of times that not everybody can accept that. Not everybody understands it. And so that can feel uncomfortable. There can be a struggle there. And so I would say this may be highlighted for you, like wherever that is, that maybe you've been minimizing or trying to conform that distinctiveness, right? And so with this 1 energy coming in around the new moon, I think you're gonna find that it's really being highlighted for you where you're actually meant to accentuate that, where you're actually meant to bring it out and really honor it and be proud of it and find confidence in it. And of course, that's a journey, right? But a lot coming up around like identity, self-expression, inner truth, and honoring that. So really powerful energies that you all are working with for November, and with it being eclipse season, we all are in the thick of it, but really beautiful opportunities for you to really step out and, step up, right? And really share your unique gifts and what it is that you have to contribute, because what you have to contribute is important and it is needed. So, all right, 33s, I hope it is a beautiful November for you all. Take care. Thanks for being here. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.